Alright, real quick and super short. This is just in case that, like, I only have two socials, Twitter and YouTube. And if you don't have Twitter because of, like, maybe country access or something, I don't know. So I'm just going to make this video super quick and we'll go from there. So, first thing, I mean, obviously this week's been pretty fantastic for Mullen, but like all that really happened was like the last 4 hours before the market, I made my final tweets and I basically just said that it's not going less than negative 15% today. And it went basically opened, went a little bit green, then went way red all the way to like negative 16%. And then it went all the way up to positive 8%, came back down to negative 5%, went positive 8%, and then came all the way back down to negative 15%, and then closed at 12%. So pretty gangster call on my part, if you ask me. Some people will be lame and be like, oh, but the after hours went down 10%. Well, and then they recovered all the way back to basically broken even and even a little bit of green. So it was just like, if you're just watching the stock price and you're trying to see the whole story of the world inside the stock price, I feel like Mullen's painting that picture pretty damn well. Yeah, what else? There was a little thought I had that I wanted to remember, and I can't remember it. I guess I'll just go straight into it. So, like, there's, like, music, right? And music's great. And when I go look at all these bands that I used to love, like, it seems like when I was doing my greatest stuff, they started making their own music and or maybe changing lyrics in some of their old music and or just playing their old music because their old music was already the prophecy of what's to come. Because there's a lot of music well before I was even born that's like, damn. So yeah, The Sound of Silence. I like both versions, whether it's like Disturbed or the Aaron and Garfunkel or whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna take this weekend to myself, be good to myself, and all those good things. And I'll see you guys sometime on Monday. I'm not sure if it'll be before or after market. Like, one thing I'll tell you is a squeeze never happens in one day. Like, even like GameStop had three squeezes that I would call a squeeze, and they all happened in like 3 days, 1 week, and 2 weeks from the low to the high of the squeeze. And so AMC was 6 days, and like I feel like the more dangerous the squeeze, the longer the squeeze lasts. And Mullen's the most dangerous of all time. So if you like want to make sure that you get the high to the low, the only advice I could really think of giving of when to cash out is to understand that like it's gonna go way up in the beginning, right? And then it's gonna it's gonna stair step up. So maybe like it'll go up 1,000% in one day, and then the next day it'll go up 50%. The next day it'll go up 10%. The next day it'll go up 100%. The next day it'll go down 15%. The next day it'll go up 50%. Like maybe it'll just stair step for like 10 days in a row, you know. But my point is that the reason it's stair stepping is because nobody's selling. The reason it just keeps going up 1,000% in a day is because nobody had their sell orders for Mullen less than $1. So it's got to go from 10 cents to $1 almost instantly, you know. And so, however it happens, the reason it did that was because of how we're buying and holding the stock. And so if it starts stair stepping, then you know some people are cashing out, but more people are coming in to buy. And when that happens, like basically the market makers are going to realize that the higher the stock price goes, the more retail is going to keep buying. That's just what we do. And so their only option they're going to have is to and so I'm just going to like back up a second, go back to the AMC story. what did AMC do? It went from $12 to $36 from a Friday to the next Thursday, from like May 25th to May 28th or some crap. And then on May 28th, Thursday, went to $34. If you would have bet on the best option at the time, you would have made 500 extra money. And you would only had 1 day to expiration. But even on the next week to expire, you still would have made 200x on your money. So, like, there's no excuse you didn't make a fortune. But the point is that, like, think about what happened on AMC. It went up. On the first day, maybe it went from $12 to like $15, and it was like 40%. And then every day was a stair steps, and then all the way to Thursday. Friday, it went from $36 Thursday down to like $28 on Friday. And then the next Monday, it went from like $28 to $60. And at the $60 is when retail sold enough shares that the market makers were able to start covering and diluting and forcing the stock price down until retail's volume was decimated into defeat. And the market makers win again. But like a lot of people cashed out when it ran to 60, and the market makers lost a fortune, so it's worth it. But the point is that Moan's in a more dangerous spot, and when it starts, it's going to be amazing. You're going to always think that, oh, is it done, is it done, is it done, and it's just going to keep climbing, and then it's going to have another amazing, beautiful launch, and then it's okay to start taking money. Now, obviously, if you have a plan and you want to stick to it, like, always stick to your plan. Like, I'm nobody yet. But just what I'm saying is, if you cash something out, leave something in at all times. Never cash everything. Like, it could just never stop. And, like, if it never stops, like, you'll be disappointed if you had nothing left. Good luck, people. I'll see you sometime Monday.